When I was 4 years old, I wouldn't eat my lunch, and my mother told me a story. She was looking through the cracks of the barn, and she saw her niece below, and then her niece disappeared, but the wall shook. And then she saw her niece lying like a broken doll on the ground. She told me that the sawdust was coming down on her head, but she couldn't scream. And that was the end of the story. And when the story was over, I'd finished my lunch. My mother had a devout hatred of Germans. She tried to pass that hatred on to me. I refused to accept it. When I would argue that all Germans can't be bad, she would shriek and conjure up all the horrors of the war to try and get me to change my mind. But that was her past, not my present, and certainly not my future. That's why I never believed the story about how she saved my life. She told me every year on my birthday about the Jewish babies killed after the war in the displaced persons camp. The paranoid story my mother told me was that I was born in the birthing hospital because she didn't trust the doctors in the camp. But my mother wasn't paranoid. She almost had it right. Apparently, it wasn't a doctor she should have feared. It was a midwife. I've come to Germany to find out how much of what she told me is true. My name is Gina Roitman, and this is a story of my mother, the Nazi midwife, and me.